Alright guys, so Paddy the Baddy, Paddy Pimblett, right, is a UFC fighter, and on his off time he gets very fat, right? He becomes overweight, kind of obese in a way, but just very overweight. And he does this on purpose. It's not like it's on accident or he doesn't know what he's doing. And in fact, he knows what he's doing, and I'll explain in a minute. But anyway, so when he's not fighting, he's enjoying his food, he's gaining weight, and essentially he's enjoying his off time. But when it comes to the fight time, his upcoming fights, he needs to lose all that weight in order to meet the weight criteria, which he has done. He successfully um, um, achieves that weight criteria at the end of the day, right? Because you don't have to stay in shape per se every single time or year round in order to fight. You know what I'm saying? If you could take time off and enjoy some food, that's probably better than staying on a diet or staying on a strict protocol that limits calories and so on and so forth, right? So I'm going to play a clip that was between a reporter and Paddy Pimblett discussing about Paddy Pimbletts' weight and how much weight he's gaining when he's not fighting, and why it's not ideal to do so for sustainability aspect, meaning that eventually what these people are trying to say, and or Dana, supposedly Dana said this, is that it's not sustainable for humans and it will cause issues. You may miss weight, you may, whatever the case might be. Essentially, it's like you may miss weight because you get so fat and you really have to like go super hard in order to lose all this fat, right? So, and that takes time, and a lot of people end up dreading it, losing patience, and they end up quitting. And as a result, they don't meet the weight criteria, and now they have to give up like 25% of the purse or whatever it is, and it's no longer a good fight. So the whole card, if you're overweight, it will be affected, which affects everything in general, right? And it affects their reputation, it affects the UFC's reputation, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna play a clip and let Paddy the Baddy explain his point of view when he gains weight on the off season, or whatever you want to call it, when he's not fighting.
There's a lot made about your weight fluctuation and stuff. And when Dana was talking about it earlier this year, he said, that's not something that's sustainable and it can be bad and stuff. Did you guys have any conversations, about that? And
No.
Is anything being said to you behind the scenes?
No. Why would it? It's none of anyone else's business.
It's no one's business. That is correct. That is correct. It is no one's business. Why would someone care if you're fat on the, off season or whatever you want to call it, when you're not going into a fight anytime soon? So if he has 3 months off, right, he has the ability to gain weight and become overweight if he wants, right? No one could tell him otherwise. And if they were to, what's the point? Doesn't make any sense, right? Unless you're trying to, make UFC this thing of, fit people year round. I don't know. Let's continue. Oops.
Else's business. If I want to get chubby in the off season, I'll get chubby.
Off season. That's correct.
Love, you know what I mean? Started this camp at 193. A lot of people start camps heavier than that. I'm waking up 168. Do you think that's a big cut? Because I certainly know it isn't.
How's the food in Thailand?
Very good. Pad thais are heavy. Curries are heavy.
So Paddy the Baddy is very impressive. He's able to gain all this weight, right? He becomes essentially like an obese person when he's on his off season, right? When he's not fighting. And he is able to make weight every single time in the UFC when he has to go about his fights. He successfully achieves and accomplishes his weight cut and the ability to get to that point. You know what I mean? Because as an obese person, right? You're so comfortable of eating, you're so comfortable of doing whatever you're doing, and now you have to face extreme, you know, tedious obstacles in order to get where you need to get to. You know what I'm saying, right? It's not a good fun journey to go about when it comes to losing weight, right? It's very hard, it's tedious, it's difficult, it's draining, and so on and so forth, right? But for him, the Baddy, Paddy Pimblett, he's able to do this with ease. It's crazy. Like, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people actually miss weight in the UFC if they get too big, right? A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to get too big on the off season because, you know, it's very tedious. It's very difficult for me to lose weight, to cut the weight, and to achieve and to accomplish the weight criteria. And a lot of people, nonetheless, Paddy the Baddy is a animal. He is able to achieve obese status and still manages to cut down weight in order to fight at that weight level. You know, it's just absolutely crazy to fathom that, because golly, when I become fat, in my perspective, I'm like, damn, like, right, it's easy to become overweight, right? You just stuff your face. But now, in order to lose all that fat, you got to put in the sweat, the tears, the hard work. You got to put in all that energy, you know. And who wants to be disciplined like that every single day in order to reach a certain weight criteria? You know what I'm saying? That is very difficult. If I was a fighter, I wouldn't want to become obese on the off season just because, like, I like food or whatever the case might be. And yeah, sure, it's unhealthy, you know, but at the end of the day, it's his body, it's his health. He can do whatever he wants. And if he is successfully making these weight cuts and accomplishing, you know, it with ease, then I don't see why everyone's hating on him. Honestly, I don't. Maybe they're envious, maybe they're jealous, or they're just really, you know, they're just really careful of his health. They're caring for his health, because becoming obese, like I said, it's not good for your health overall, and in the long run, sure, you may have health complications, but it all depends on how you go about it. But if Paddy the Baddy is eating nothing but junk in order to get that big, and if he continuously do it for years on, then I can see the issue. But he's not obese year round. He's sure getting out of shape here and there, but he's getting in shape, you know, majority of the time. And that's it, people. Let me know what you guys think about Paddy the Baddy in the comment section below, and subscribe for more.